Hi everyone, Velvet here, and I have some stories for you today. But before we get started, can you please do me a huge favor and like, comment, and subscribe? It'll help the channel out and it'll get you more videos like this. Let's get to it. And our first one comes from Throwaway AFK LH. Am I the beehole for not refusing to pay rent to my parents? I, a 19-year-old female, is at an impasse with my parents, a 46-year-old male and a 44-year-old female, regarding rent for the house where we all live. Background: when I was in the early high school, my grandmother unfortunately passed away. In her will, she left half of her house to my mother and half to me. She had no other relatives. My whole family moved to my grandmother's house, and we've been living there ever since. When I finished high school, I enrolled into a local college, and honestly, it didn't make much sense to move on campus, as living at home allowed me to save money. So I continued to live home. Grandma's money also helped cover my tuition. And I have a YouTube channel that generates some income. Lucky, I wish that was me. So I can cover my living expenses and have some left. However, my parents are not happy that I continue to live at home, and yet refuse to obey their home rules, like curfew or how much time I spend playing video games, even though video games actually generates my income. Man, that's like one of the hardest things to bust into is playing video games to make money. So many people are trying to do that, you know? Or that I don't come upstairs to join them for meals, and instead cook in my own kitchenette downstairs. So they tried to pull our home, our rules, either you pay rent or get out spiel. I pointed out that it's as much as my house as it is my mother's, and whatever rent they charge me, I can charge my father as he isn't on the home's deed. I don't mind contributing towards the groceries, utilities, and house taxes, but they can't charge me for rent for living in a house I legally own, nor can they kick me out. I am not a kid anymore. I am not a tenant. They are pissed that I dare to throw my rules into their face. Am I the beehole? Looks like we have an update from the OP, but before we get into that, let me say what I think about the story. No, you're not the beehole. I think it's fair that you offer to help with, the bills, the taxes, because, that's something you'd have to pay anyway if you lived in the house by yourself. And no, you shouldn't have to pay rent. It's your house, just like how it's half your mother's house. So no, you're not the beehole, and that's pretty funny that you're able to, counter them and throw their thing back in their face. So in that case, no OP, no you're not the beehole. Now let's check out this update. Update. All the replies made me realize that my parents might think I'm paying for all the occurring expenses with inheritance, not with my streaming income, and they might not understand how much I'm actually making playing video games. I'll show them the printouts for the last 3 months and see what happens. Wish me good luck. Update 2. I know how much the house is appraised for. I pay my portion of the house tax, which, yeah, fair, homeowner's insurance, utilities, maintenance, etc., etc. Yeah, seems fair to me. And I'm saving up for the big house repair that's coming up in 3 years. Update 3. Talk to parents in detail and explain to them what actually I'm doing when I'm playing games in funny costumes, with printouts of the time it takes to set the stage, editing time, script writing time, maintenance, the community, and how much I'm pulling on average a month. You guys are right, they legit had no idea it can be a viable source of income, with prep and thought. They thought I was just squandering their inheritance on video games. We set my working hours and figured out the family time scheduled, and dropped the whole rent issue. Thanks, y'all. Well, alright, it's nice to see a story with a happy income. And yeah, there are still people who think video games, you can't make money playing video games. Yeah, not much to say here. Happy ending. And you're not the beehole, OP. And our next one comes from Throwaway3333. Am I the beehole for not allowing my sister to bring her psychopathic friend with benefits as her +1 at my wedding? My sister, a 22-year-old female, friends with benefit, a 27-year-old male, is medically diagnosed with antisocial personality disorder, and he's even told my sister that he doesn't have any actual feelings for her, and they should just stay friends with benefits, cause the sex is the only thing he wants from their relationship. My sister always tries to pretend that she's fine with this agreement, but it's pretty obvious that she only accepted it because she's in love with this guy, for some reason, and is still in denial about the fact that he'll never be able to provide her with the romantic relationship she actually wants from him. She's been stuck in this relationship for over a year at this point. Either way, my wedding is coming soon, and my sister requested to bring the friends with benefits in question as her +1. I told her that her friend won't be invited at my wedding for 2 reasons. The guy's still a stranger to me, who I've only saw in person once in my life. He never even comes to our family gatherings, which makes sense to me. This is me talking because he's friends with benefits. He's not trying to, start a relationship with her. And cause I don't want to be a medically diagnosed psychopath at my wedding, even though my sister keeps insisting he's not dangerous at all, even though I feel like she has tons of rose-colored glasses around him. However, my sister threw a fit when I forbid her choice of her plus one, saying that I'm an ableist for judging her friend over his diagnosis, and that I'm probably just jealous, cause I know her plus one would be much hotter than my fiance. I honestly don't even know where she brought up jealousy over her friends with benefits as an issue. Anyway, am I the beehole? I'm gonna say no. This guy even come? Because it sounds like she sounds really desperate. I guess this guy's really good looking or something. Because who would put up with that crap? You know what I mean? Um, yeah, I don't. No, you're not the beehole. I'm gonna say that because it's your wedding. You can choose to invite, uninvite whoever the hell you want. It's your wedding. And if you don't want some random guy you don't know who's just with your sister for not romantic things, then yeah, it's up to you. I don't know where that part at the end came from. You're getting married. Pretty sure you have no interest in a guy who can't, love people. So OP, no, you're not the beehole. Uninvite her too if she's gonna be a problem. Sounds like a headache you shouldn't need to have. And our final one comes from Wasabi Odd 3233. Am I the beehole for not wanting a friend of my partner, who I've never met, staying with us when we have a newborn baby? My partner and I have a 10-day-old baby, and I've had some pretty horrible injuries from the birth that I need a follow-up. My partner has had a 2 weeks paid leave, which ends next week. He moved here 5 or 6 years ago. An old friend of his is visiting the city this weekend, and my partner has said he can stay with us. I'm absolutely furious, but he thinks I'm overreacting. He says his friend has traveled very far, and it's just a couple of nights. I think, since he'll be back at work full-time soon, we should spend the time alone as a family. Yeah, you should. I'm actually quite heartbroken that he thinks it's okay, but not sure if I'm hormonal or not thinking straight. I basically cried and begged him to get his friend a hotel, since our place is tiny. He would either have to take my baby's room or sleep in the lounge. I don't feel like giving up the nursery or bumping to someone who's basically a stranger in the middle of the night. He said he won't offend his friend like that. Am I the beehole? Hi, Opie. I'm gonna say you're not the beehole. I completely get it, especially not wanting to give up your baby's room when you just had your baby, and yeah, you don't want to walk around the house with somebody you don't know. And again, you guys have a newborn baby. That's gonna need all of your undivided attention, the both of you. Having someone there is gonna make it so awkward. Plus, you know what I mean. I don't have a baby, but I knew I felt like if I had a newborn baby, I wouldn't want anyone but the person I'm with, me and the person I'm with around the baby and family and people I know. You don't know him. That is a stranger. I wouldn't want a stranger sleeping in my home. Plus, on top of the baby, you're not 100%. You need time to recover, and you don't need that stress with someone stomping around your house that you don't know, making things worse. Your husband is not looking out for you, and he's not thinking what's best for you. He just wants to chill with his friend. I don't personally. I don't know what to tell you, but he's in the wrong, I'd say, on this one, and you're not the beehole. Thank you for making it to the end of the video with me, and can you please do what I said in the beginning, and like, comment, and subscribe. It really and truly does help the channel out, it helps it grow, and it helps you get more videos like this. Velvet out.